Welcome to Cozy Nights, a nice quiet place where you can leave your troubles at the door and just relax. I'm your host, Noe, here with my friend Michael. So please sit back, get comfortable, and let's see if we can't make you laugh a little, maybe learn a little. This is our pilot for Cozy Nights. Let's see if you guys like it. A little bit of interesting stuff that I enjoy, minus the not safe for work stuff. All right, so let's start off with the first segment of the night. It is called Weird News. Basically, the artist, I don't really like normal news is normal news, right? Everyone watches the news. You got to keep updated and understand what's going on in the world. But sometimes you want to hear something weird and odd and fun, and maybe not so like depressing like the stuff that happens on news lately. So I went through and found a few stuff that's just a little bit lighthearted. One of them is a little bit creepy, so buckle up. So this one happened on Thursday. I guess this is from Sky News, so it's a British because they do the dates differently. It says Thursday, 7 December 2023. Venice, tourists flip gondola after refusing to take a selfie or to stop taking selfies. So basically, this gondolier was taking these tourists on the Rio della Verona, Rio della Verona, sorry, near the Finis Opera House, and he's like going under a bridge and he's telling them, hey, you need to take your phones, stop taking selfies and distribute yourselves so that we can make this turn or whatever was going on. They didn't listen. So when he hits the bridge, sorry, I'm trying not to cuss, he hits the bridge, they capsize over into cold water instantly. So, and the gondolier's a hero, by the way. He helped one get out of the water, dive and dove back in for the other tourist. So he's a goddamn hero, and no one was hurt, thankfully. So there you go, just a fun little light story. Well, this one also happened on Thursday, 7th December 2023. In this is I'm Hispanic, I'm Mexican, and you're gonna find out how un-Mexican I am when I try to pronounce this Mexican city. In Merida, Mexico. A swarm of locusts was sighted over the city. Very rare sighting, and people are freaked out that it's an omen. So if the 10 plagues are coming, we'll find out in a few days, I guess. This was like 3 days ago. So, all right, last news for the weird news. By the way, if you have arachnophobia, I suggest you skip ahead. So Colin Blake and his wife, they're from Northumberland, and for their 35th anniversary, they decided to go on a cruise. During one of the nights, the boat docked at Marseille, south of France, and they decided to spend the evening taking in the sights. And throughout the night, Colin realized that one of his toes had suddenly swollen up and turned purple. And his wife's like, "Oh, maybe it's your new sandals are rubbing against your toe and it's causing an irritation." And so the next morning, he goes to the doctor, the onboard doctor on the cruise, and he's like, the doctor's like, "No, you got bitten by a Peruvian wolf spider, and she laid eggs in your toe." And he cuts the toe open, and all these eggs fall out. So after the vacation, Colin goes to the hospital. The doctors give him antibiotics, and done. He goes about his life. But then 4 weeks later, he notices something weird. He goes back to the hospital. Then they have a look and they realize one of the eggs hatched and was trying to eat its way out of his toe. So that's it for weird news. What do you think?
That's terrifying.
I know, right? It was the weirdest one I found. It was horrifying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because it turned out Peruvian wolf spiders, they like to hitch a ride on cruise ship on cargo ships.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up in France or anywhere in the world basically, and they just happen to run into Colin.
I've never heard of a spider doing that though.
Go figure.
Laying eggs in you?
Yeah, like how long was he sitting? Was he sitting down? How long did it take to just like the spider just like one egg at a time? Bam, bam, bam. You know what I mean? Like 50 eggs in his foot.
I mean, I've heard of other things. Like one of the creepiest things I've heard is that if there's a roach
Mhm.
and it goes into your ear, which apparently does happen to some people,
Man, thanks a lot for that.
they can't turn around and they can't back up,
They better back up.
so they start eating.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just eating through your brain, huh?
Eating into your eardrum.
That's quite a way to go. Go deaf from a roach, I guess, a buffet.
The only way to get rid of it is
Drowning.
in alcohol,
Oh, really?
like rubbing alcohol.
Man.
Yeah,
Well, guys, I hope you
or mineral oil.
mineral oil.
Hmm.
I better remember that. That would be painful.
Imagine the
It'd be painful too. Like you would really start feeling it.
yeah, and then you have to go to the doctor or whatever for them to tweeze it out,
Yeah.
and then if it laid eggs,
Well, hopefully by that. Well, if it starts eating, you'll know it's in there.
imagine the pain though.
Yeah. I mean, this guy had no idea,
That
and he spent the whole night at the in Marseille, so he didn't even go till the next morning. So that spider was just like 100 eggs in there and dipped out.
but how? And
That's the weird thing. I don't know. They must be tiny.
I mean, I've heard of flies doing that.
Maybe it wasn't that many.
Maybe.
Cause like it described like they came pouring out, but maybe it was just exaggerated. Maybe like 3 or 4. You know, seems plausible. Instead like 100.
I didn't think that they could even lay eggs in something like that. Though. I mean, was he knocked the fuck out? Did he get fucked up and then
Who knows?
fall asleep?
Well, I mean, they're probably drunk. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
and my toes look strong. Well, he's from Northumberland, so he's been this British accent. Who knows? That is the news for the day. It's crazy. Now you're afraid of cockroaches and uh, spiders. If you weren't, well, you're always a bit afraid of spiders. Spiders are just creepy in general. I think it's a natural human evolutionary defense to not like spiders.
Spiders or snakes.
Yeah, 'cause they killed all our ancestors a lot.
That's why whenever somebody has either one of those as a pet, they're ostracized.
Yeah, well, I don't know what evolutionary trait you lost. All right, so we move on to the cozy kitchen because if there's anything in this world that's universally loved, hands down, it's food and drink. No one can complain about food and drink. They can if they don't like the food, but everyone loves it. You know what I mean? It's not like a movie, a TV show, a book, politics. It is universally beloved.
Everybody loves something.
Everyone loves something to eat. Yeah. So we start with do you enjoy gin? Then I have the perfect place for you. Alice Bar in Singapore. They boast one of the most diverse gin selections in the entire world. 1,300 varieties.
13.
Over 1,300 varieties.
Damn.
So I say you buy yourself a ticket and get your drink on. If you like gin.
I know where I'm sitting, my brother.
Now we move on to this one for some reason involves Elvis Presley. The Fool's Gold Loaf was it was created by a Denver-based restaurant, the Colorado Mine Company, which has been so far it's closed down since then. It consists of a single warmed, hollowed out loaf of bread filled with the contents of 1 jar of creamy peanut butter, 1 jar of grape jelly, 1 pound of bacon, and it's 8,000 calories.
Didn't Elvis eat like 2 of those a day?
Here's the story that's connected to the king. Apparently, allegedly, he went one day to that restaurant and bought one and liked it so much that he remembered it. And like a few years later or a few months later, whatever, he really wanted one. So he got on his jet from Graceland, flew out to Denver, bought 22 of them. Bear in mind, they were $49.95 a piece back in 1976. Then him and his buddies flew all the way back to Graceland and ate all 22 of them in 2 hours.
Good God, I knew Elvis was a fat fuck, but damn.
There you go. Elvis enjoyed him some delicious food.
No wonder he died on the shit.
that's the legend, but he didn't actually die on a toilet. I'm going to research that too. That would be the worst way to go. Majesty dying on his throne. And so while we're in the kitchen, I figured instead of just talking about food, we'd try some ourselves. So I bought me some food from Japan with no English translations whatsoever. A mistake on my part. And I figured we'd pull one out and give it a taste and see what it's like.
Sure.
Let's see what we got. A bag of chips, I'm guessing, or cookies, or Cheez-Its maybe. It's got a little frog on the. I don't know.
Those are
You know what these are?
shrimp. Yeah.
Everything's in Japanese. Not one word in English. Well, let's give it a try. Oh, the little oh, they're pretty much just like cheese puffs.
Mhm.
Aftertaste. Oh, there's the aftertaste. Okay. There it is. Yeah, they're quite it's like sour cream at the end.
I know what these are. These are good though.
You like them?
Mhm.
All right, that's our kitchen for that's our trip to the kitchen for today. We'll see you guys on the next cozy kitchen. And now we move on to the next segment. Um, curiosities of the world. If you're like me, you enjoy because nowadays everything's like mass produced. You can have like one of like 1,000, like one item in 1,000 duplicates.
Mhm.
I've always enjoyed like interesting objects or like stuff off the beaten path. Like when people go to Paris, they want to see the Eiffel Tower. I'd rather go see the catacombs underground and get lost and eaten by a zombie or something out of the ordinary. So if you like light shows, I mean, like if you love like thunderstorms, I mean, where we live, we don't because they usually equate to a horrendous natural disaster coming. But if you love lightning shows, then I have a great place for you. It's Lake, oh boy, Mara Cayabo. Yeah, Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela. It's as best as I can pronounce it. It is called the Catatumbo lightning. It usually goes over and around the lake. It means house of thunder in the language of the Bali people, or the Bari people, sorry. And it occurs about
Bali people.
sorry, the Bari. It occurs 140 to 160 nights a year, 9 hours per day, while lightning flashes 16 to 40 times per minute. So it is a truly magnificent lightning storm over the lake. You can just sit. You don't have to worry about any extra storm to it. Like you'll be in the edge, right, and just watch it over the landscape. It's beautiful. We should go someday. We should be, and you should probably try to catch it as soon as you can because flash frequency changes throughout the year. Like there was none between January and March of 2010 because of a drought. So it might be gone forever one day. All right, now we move on to. I lost my page. How do you guys know how this is the pilot? This is how you tell. Some history. Yes, I lost the page to history. As much as history has been lost to eons, because no one writes it down, I lost mine. I had a good one though. Let me look it up again.
Look, we lost the Library of Alexandria
Yeah, we sure got taken back several thousand years.
and went to the Dark Ages.
I guess it did precipitate the Dark Ages, didn't it? So we are going to be discussing the Erfurt. It's German. Sorry, Erfurt
Ufert.
latrine disaster. It occurred on 26 July 1184 during the reign of King Henry the Sixth, King of Germany, later Holy Roman Emperor. So it happened due to there was a feud between this guy named Landgrave Louis III of oh boy Thuringia and Archbishop Conrad of Mainz. They were having a really heated dispute over something. It doesn't say what. It was a feud, and it got so intense that the king had to intervene. So he called them all to Erfurt to meet in a meeting at the Petersburg Citadel, and he invited any of the other noble in the country. If they wanted to come, they could show up too. So of course, the king invites you somewhere. You're all going to show up. They get to the Citadel. They pile in on the 26th, and they're all standing around the building, and the wooden floor is old and weak, so it collapses, and all of them fall into the cellar where the feces is at. 60 dead nobles. Many drowned in human excrement, or they suffocated from the fumes of decomposed waste. The lucky ones got crushed to the death immediately.
Oh gosh.
King Henry survived because he was standing on a stone. He was standing on a stone floor. He's like, damn. He's like, damn. He must have been like, oh, damn. Could you imagine? Oh, shit.
No, I thought was the plan from the beginning.
It's funny you say that because it says here, just no matter where to go. It said it's something. It's hilarious. Oh, it's gone. It said something. Yeah, accidental.
Funny people.
Because it says perpetrator was Henry the Sixth. It's accidental. Like, my bad. I didn't know.
Whoops.
It's funny that Louis the Third survived. I don't know if Archibald Conrad. So I guess technically the feud was settled.
Yeah.
Which one of them drowned?
Ah, God. Imagine drowning in shit.
Probably thrown up too.
And not just like normal human waste. Because think about it, our sewer system now.
That one got me. Ugh. I just realized like I got a pile of shit going down your throat.
And they didn't have cleaners back then.
Oh man,
Like think about it now. We flush through our sewer system not just toilet waste, but also like shower water, stuff like that. So it's constantly other things. Like it still stinks, but
it's not just permeating there, making a monster on the ground. I bet you something grabbed it at the bottom and just yanked it down.
the monster turd.
Yeah, just some sewage monster just grabbed everybody. It ate half of them, and they just covered it up. In the history books, there's just a shit monster underneath the St. Petersburg Citadel.
It has to be purified yearly.
They must be appeased, else we have another accident like long before. Oh God, I'm feeling sick now from the start. It wasn't as bad when I was reading it by myself, but thinking about it, just like a mouthful of shit.
And then vomit on top of that because you know they were throwing up.
Exactly, we're throwing up on each other.
Imagine, and not just tasting it, inhaling it.
Some of them died from the
Because they're
fumes.
drowning.
Some of them died just from the fumes. Just from the shit, like they probably didn't. They were probably like on top of someone else, right?
Yeah.
And they just choked on like the shits. Like the game Last of Us, just choking on spores.
Only in shit fumes and shit particles.
They had King Henry must have been like, damn, well, time to get me out of here, because
It's like, cover his nose. It's like, nope, not for me.
it said that he got out of there as fast as he could, out of the whole city. Like, well, I gotta go.
The whole city smelled like shit for days.
Quite the story to tell your kids.
Oh God! Imagine being that person that's your legacy, where it's like you're the heir to one of these noble people. It's like,
Oh yeah, like my daddy died in a pile of shit.
that would suck so bad. Like, imagine that though, where it's like,
You get the letter in the mail from the king, like, your daddy dead. He died in a pile of shit. My condolences.
because it's like, did he die in war? No, he died fighting for his life though.
Yeah, he sure fucking did. Fighting with every ounce he had to claw his way out of that fucking shitstorm.
Literal.
Oh man, 60 people died.
God. We don't have people die like that. This is already now.
We don't know. The porta potty companies, they keep their deaths secret.
Do I?
I'm kidding.
You know what you're supposed
I'm just sharing random bullshit. I've been to a porta potty once, and just that turd looking right back at you. Like there's nowhere to go. He's sitting right on top of everything else.
So imagine an entire room like that.
The whole cellar was full of shit. Imagine how much there was for them to drown in it. Oh my God. A fucking Olympic-sized pool of shit.
It was nice.
That church must have fucking stank. Going in for Sunday Mass, be like, oh Lord, open the windows. Jesus, please.
Jesus can't save that.
Then the bishop's like, God left this place a long time ago.
God is dead here.
All right, guys, that's it for Cozy Nights. A little pilot. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll add segments. I'll take segments away. I'll put segments on cool, so they don't get overdone. I'm still working on it. If you like it, we'll keep going. Cozy Nights. Where we, make you laugh a little, make you learn a little, make you vomit a little.
It make you terrified of spiders.
Oh, especially spiders. So we sign off with be good to each other, be safe out there.